A spooky, deserted mansion. Halloween night.
All right, dudes! And dudesses!
Night of the demons. Party till you drop.
What's up, rotters? Welcome back to Brain Rot, the podcast that takes a deep dive into the best, worst horror films of the 80s and 90s. I'm Stevie, your VHS veteran. You may notice that my voice is somewhat bassy this week, and that is because I've just started work again after it being on hold for 19 months, and my body has gone into shock. It hates me. It's punishing me. Just walking from the couch to the kitchen makes everything in my body crack and creak. I'm like a freaking one-man band. But today's chat with my good friend and horror scaredy-cat Sean Parkins was recorded when I was still alive, so my voice will be back to normal momentarily. Last week on Patreon, I was joined by Joshua Tonks to discuss the 1990 supernatural frat boy slasher Pledge Night. It is truly dreadful, like eye-bleedingly tedious, but of course that made for a very fun and amusing chat, and me and Josh had a real blast discussing it. So if you want to hear that and get access to a back catalogue of bonus episodes, just go to patreon.com/Stevie's Brainrot. As I mentioned, my pal Sean Parkins is here to have a chat about the classic 1988 SFX frolic Night of the Demons, and I even managed to get him to agree on air to come join me on Patreon to discuss Night of the Demons 2. Sucker! Hello, Sean.
Hello, how are you?
I'm alright, thank you very much. All the better for seeing you, and I still haven't seen you, like, literally physically for nearly 2 years. But actually, by the time this comes out, we will be working together again, which is great.
Yes, after 18 months.
I noticed you had the idea, just as something to fill the time during the pandemic, to make a podcast.
I did indeed.
Yes, something I noticed.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Just any inspiration? Or
Well, no.
Straight up,
no. I just decided. No, actually, the person that I did the podcast with, my very good friend, he wanted to do a podcast at the very beginning of lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "It's a podcast? No, it's a stupid idea. Who does podcasts?" And then
everyone.
And then after a year of no work and listening to my favourite podcasts,
mm-hmm. Thank you.
Well, you jumped on the bandwagon a little bit later.
Whoa, hang on.
Well, come on.
Hang on.
Come on.
But I've wanted to do mine for a very long time. And that's the reason I didn't do it at the beginning of lockdown, because everyone was becoming a personal trainer or doing a podcast. And I was like, well, I'm not doing an online I'm not that guy. Morning, guys. Hey, just going to wait for a few more of you to log on.
No way.
Jenny, nice to see you already stretching. Very good.
No
okay,
way.
guys. And then you wait for 10 minutes and 2 people turn up. And you're like, okay, right, guys, let's get down to it.
Star
I can't do it.
jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It was a no for me. When I would look, and the top of Instagram when it says so-and-so's live, there was like 8 people who are live at 8 a.m. I was like, I'm not clicking on them.
I mean, and that's the worst thing as well. When you have very good friends, they might be Insta famous, they might be famous, like world famous,
mm-hmm.
And they are on Instagram and they have 3 followers.
Hey guys,
it kind of just loses its cool for me,
I know. Yeah, I also love. I mean, I'm about to take the piss out of it, but I've also turned it down myself. But I love paid partnerships.
Right.
But when it's with like it's someone like holding weights and it says paid partnership with so and so cat litter, and you're like, right, cool. So just anything.
Yeah, and it always is cat litter as well.
Yeah, it's animal toys or collars.
Don't have a pet, but.
No. But they said they'll give me £18.50 if
exactly.
I mean, get where you can.
Wow.
All got to hustle.
Yeah, times have been hard.
But I have to say, I am quite fussy with podcasts, and I've listened to every single episode of yours with a massive smile on my face because it's a really easy listen, and it does feel like you just actually, because obviously you are a mate, but I don't know
Niall.
Niall, thank you. Niall Sheehy, I do know, but it felt like you're just chatting to two mates, and it just explained to everyone what it is and where they can find it, because it is a really good laugh. Like if you're doing the washing up, it's basically like Shag, Marry, Kill, Avoid or whatever.
So it's called Two's Company because it was myself and Niall, so two of us, and also the phrase Two's Company, three's a crowd, where every week we picked topics, people, places, things, and I gave Niall every week the task to cancel one, to keep one forever, and to have one last situation or fling or thing. It's like Shag, Marry, Kill.
Yeah,
put him in some very interesting situations. We had one week about biscuits, which is very odd. One week about influential black women, where he had to kill off
that one.
The black women. I enjoyed that.
Yes. I really enjoyed it. It's very good fun. Will you be doing more?
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
so
good.
Niall's actually on a cruise at the moment. He went on a cruise over this summer for a job.
Not
for a job. No,
like I'm out of here.
No, for a job. So must be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is getting back actually on the 31st.
On Halloween.
Yeah.
Ooh. Got to do that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of scary shit, what's your relationship with horror?
I am a complete sissy. I hate horror movies. I like slasher movies. Like Scream is a favourite. But I do not like horror movies at all.
But do you go and see them as in for fun, to know it's going to be like, oh God, apparently this is really scary, so you go see it?
No, I hate them. I hate them. I actually hate them.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I actually hate them. I can't. It just doesn't sit well for me. Like I'm a massive scaredy-cat. I don't like anything. I have watched them in the past, but now in my later adult years, I've decided to just
step away.
Yeah, give the old ticker a little bit of rest. You know what I mean?
But so I'm just so interested. Is it that you just, makes a lot of sense, you just don't like being scared? Or does it affect you afterwards and mess up your night's sleep, or
it depends
scared to walk home?
It depends what film it is, I suppose. Like anything paranormal, anything that I think could probably, might actually happen.
What, like paranormal?
Well, no, but
right, cool. Like that's great. Like paranormal, demon possession, stuff that can happen. Zombies,
just everyday things. No, I think that but things that could actually happen to me. Do you know what I mean? I don't.
Right.
Think,
yeah. No, I do. Yeah.
I've never been encountered with somebody who has seen a zombie, or so that to me, I'm like, oh, I just don't like it. It's gory. But then poltergeist or those things in the world we live in could quite possibly happen. So that,
because you can't prove they exist, but you also can't prove they don't exist. That
exactly.
sort of stuff.
And so that's why I won't watch it.
Yeah, and I don't think, even if you're the staunchest non-believer, I don't think anyone has not had a moment when they've been alone, when they've heard something or seen something and just had that chill and gone, oh, could it be? So it's a universal thing no matter what you say. So that's very interesting. So, well, I decided to give you Night of the Demons from 1988 because this is quintessential 80s practical effect trash horror, where the plot is so thin.
Wow.
And it's just about boobs and really cool effects and blood and a bit of a sexy dance. So I did go a bit easy on you. But before we go into it, did you find any of this actually scary?
No, not one bit.
Right. Did you find it enjoyable?
No.
Oh.
no, I did. It was for 88, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose that would have been deemed scary, and it kind of had maybe everything that a teen would go to watch a scary movie for, and
put your arm around your girlfriend or significant other or boyfriend, whatever. Well, 1988. He'd get chucked out probably.
Definitely.
And actually, funnily enough, the original script for this had a gay couple written in it and an interracial kiss, but producers thought it was too radical.
Radical.
Hello, 1988.
Wow.
Lovely.
1988. Jeez.
Interracial kiss and a gay couple is just like too out there.
Well, they still had Roger, the black character, which was great.
Who survives?
He survives. Who would have
survives
thunk
until the
it?
end? Yeah, and he's a very good character. I mean, well, they leave pretty early. They're like, I'm out of here, but they get stuck. And actually, the actor who played Roger, this is a really cool fact. Well, not so cool. It's kind of a sad story. So he had moved from New York to LA to try and do something, be an actor, and he got nothing. And he was literally running out of money. He spent his last bit of cash on a plane back to New York because he had nowhere to live. He was about to be on the streets. And on the day, his agent called and said, we've got an audition for you this evening, or late afternoon. And it was at the exact time of his flight. So he had to take a gamble whether he gets on that flight or goes to the audition. Wow. And if he doesn't get the audition, he was literally going to be on the streets and can't get back to New York. And so he decided to go to the audition, got the part, and then, managed to work and get an advance or whatever, and then eventually build up the money again and then a career. Yes. But also the reason it started, I think he got money quickly because it started filming the next week. So the guy who was originally cast cut his hair and they didn't like it, so they fired him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that is actually a really cool story.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Life-changing.
Well, exactly. It just takes that one, doesn't it? That one opportunity.
There could be 100 people in a room. All you need is that one person.
Exactly. Yeah, but I really enjoyed that. It's a lovely story. Originally, it was called Halloween Party as well, which is, pretty basic.
Yeah.
But the Halloween franchise, which was still going very strong at this time, and as is now, actually, they were like, sorry, no, that's just a little bit too close. So they changed it to Night of the Demons, which I think's a really catchy title.
It really is. It really is a catchy title. I didn't know what to expect, and I think maybe if they called it Halloween Party, it would have been a bit too on the nose. I
think you're right.
I was pleasantly surprised with how many things, the Halloween Party plotline was very thin.
Yes.
But I was pleasantly surprised with everything that I encountered.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just demons. There was a lot of boobs.
Yeah. And very strange things happen to those boobs.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Well, we'll get into that. So let's talk through the main sort of points of it. But do you have a synopsis?
I do have a synopsis for you, actually, Stevie.
Oh, I honestly thought you were going to say no, you forgot. But how exciting.
No, you asked me, so I did.
Yeah, but I also asked you to record this 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Very, very busy. Doing nothing.
Yes, exactly. No, you are very social. You are a social person.
I like to be.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just that. I was working as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, of course. In the club.
Yeah. With my people then. I have a synopsis for you.
Oh, yes. Go on. Thank you.
Okay. Night of the Demons. A group of horny college... Are you ready for this?
I am. I can't wait.
A group of horny college kids plan a Halloween party in a funeral home where, by the help of a weird outsider that nobody talks to at school because she wears black every day and they suddenly accept because All Hallows Eve is her night, they perform a seance to wake the living dead. But little do they know, these sexed up teens will conjure up haunted or possessed spirits.
Yes. I think it slightly trailed off at the end, but it was a strong start. And I think a haunted spirit. What's that then?
Well, haunted or were you not?
No, because a house can be haunted or possessed.
Exactly. So they didn't know whether it was haunted or possessed.
I beg your pardon. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I'll give you that. Absolutely. There are some colourful characters in this.
Yes.
My favourite being, I think Angela is she's actually become, because of this film and the next two, because there's 3 of them.
Wow.
And then a remake. Yes. Yes. And the second one I think is my favourite. But she's become like a horror icon. Angela became this people have tattoos of her, and she was like a true 80s supervillain, because it's not that often that you had the woman as the supervillain.
Right. Well, I saw actually. I did actually see a photo of. Once I, IMDb'd them all.
Mm-hmm.
Her profile pic is her a bit older,
Mm-hmm.
holding a dagger of some sort, or
Right. Yeah.
and I thought,
She's
I
still
wonder what
dining
that
out
is.
and-
Oh, so she's horror famous
Yeah.
icon.
Yeah. Yeah, and Linnea Quigley, who plays Suzanne in this, the boob one,
Yeah.
she is probably one of the biggest ever 80s scream queens, and she often gets her boobs out, and she's in countless films. It's ridiculous, and still makes money today from that period, from that VHS horror period, by going to the conventions and taking a picture of people. And you're set for life if sometimes you only have to be in one really bad 80s film that then garners cult status, and you can dine out on it forever.
So hold on, can I ask a question then?
Yes, sir.
Is this so Night of the Demons 1, then there was a 2 and a 3?
Yes. So then there was a 2 in 92, I want to say. And then the third one is... The first two are definitely a nice duo to watch together. The third one strays a little bit, and it's trying to squeeze a bit of milk out of a dry cow there.
Sure.
And they also use footage from the first one in the third one, just to, because it's cheaper.
Wow.
So it's a stretch. But the first two are absolute smackers.
So it's a cult classic.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
I mean, I think I sent you a picture. There's action figures and
Oh,
all
yeah.
sorts you can get. Yeah.
Yeah, Stooge, is that his name?
Stooge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the beginning, I quite enjoy. You think it's really random. There's an old man, and he calls Judy a whore.
Yeah.
Little whore. And you think, right, won't see him again, which we do, but...
Little whore, and doesn't he say little bastard as well at the
Yes.
at the beginning? I was like, wow. So
Yeah.
we're really into it.
I have a slight issue. So we're at Judy's house, and we met Judy. She's she's sort of the good girl, I guess. Now her little brother jumps out of the closet, and he is obsessed with his sister's boobs.
Yeah. It's although I suppose maybe at that age.
But your sister.
Yeah, not your sister, but just boobs in general.
Yeah,
Because
but it's
then-
not just this one instance, is it? I think he jumps out and goes, "Oh, bodacious boobies, sis." And I thought, oh, all right. I mean, fair enough. I mean, I think I remember teasing my sister because she had boobs, but I wasn't going, "Oh, nice pair there."
Yeah, nice rack. No,
nice
true.
pair there, fam.
Yeah, true. And he mentions it again though, doesn't he? When
He does. He's
When,
like, "Oh, do you like my sister? She's got big cha-chas,
yeah.
hasn't she?"
Do you like my sister because she's got a nice personality or an amazing rack?
Yeah.
True, actually.
Yeah,
Bit touchy.
It's a little bit uncomfortable for me, and I kind of want to know more about that family dynamic. Something's happening in that house.
Do they return?
No, I don't think so. In the second one,
Soz.
did you just get an email?
Sorry about that.
No, don't worry about it. I can't remember it. I don't think they do return in the second one. I just know it. I think the only through person is Kincaid. Who plays Angela?
Okay, right.
But no, it's not like the brother and sister are now living together.
Child.
Just married.
No.
Yeah.
No, too much.
Yeah, but the first time we meet Suzanne and Angela, they are robbing a convenience store.
And they're doing it very, very... I mean, you could never do that now.
What do you mean?
Well, she was bent over.
Showing her dinner, basically.
Yeah, what she had for lunch. And
Yeah.
and then the clerks behind the counter were just chewing gum and just staring. And did she say something like, "Have you got sour balls?"
Yes.
You could never do that now.
But then part of me goes, good on her, because she knows what boys are like, and she's using her sexuality to, yes, break the law and steal. But also she is taking that sexism and flipping it.
Definitely, she's reclaiming it.
Yes, she is.
I get you. Yeah, I suppose it just highlights the type of world that we live in, where maybe a gay couple just would be too radical.
Yes. Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah. That's too radical. And apparently Linnea Quigley, she went to see it on like a 20th anniversary or something and forgot that was the first shot you see of her is just her knickers, and she like took friends. She was just like, oh, she just
Forgot about that scene.
Yeah, sorry guys. Bless. Yeah, then this very strange character, Jay. Is it Jay?
Jay is the boyfriend, Jay?
Oh no, he's not too strange actually. I'm thinking of the one later.
Sal,
that's it. No, but Jay comes to pick Judy up, and yeah, that's when the little brother goes on about the boobs again. Yeah, we meet Stooge and his friends. I think Franny. I don't know. They're all disposable teens, but he's got his pig nose, which I think is very disturbing, and it's so simple.
Yeah, he reminded me of a character in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Bebop and Rocksteady.
Well, I don't remember. I just remember Splinter, Shredder, and the Turtles.
They were Shredder's stooges.
Oh yes. Oh right. Yes. Okay. And his name is Stooge.
Yeah, but one of them
first?
I think is like a warthog or something, and he kind of has that get up, that jean jacket, shaved side head.
I liked his hair. Yeah, but so Sal, it was Sal Judy's ex, perhaps.
Yeah, they touched on that briefly.
And then he's gone ahead, broken into the house, obviously, and hidden in a coffin.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah, so everyone's at the party, and then I like this. I like they decide to do a past life seance, and when that is mentioned, so many people are like, "Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, cool, I know what that is." And a past life seance involves looking into the mirror, concentrating, and then behind you it will show you who you were in a past life. And I was like, wow, there's not much to this magic. I'm quite surprised we're not constantly seeing our past lives on a daily basis, like brushing my teeth and then there's me as a Viking over my shoulder.
And also, I like that they were that shot is just them sat there for a good 15 seconds of silence. Nothing's happening.
Yes.
Nothing's happening at all.
And they do it in real time to film it. Yeah. They don't think to actually change the angle, anything.
No music, no nothing. It literally is just silence for 15 seconds.
Brilliant. But this somehow, I guess, wakens a presence in the basement, which sort of this camera movement. Now, I doubt you'll have seen Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2.
No, God no.
Right. So Sam Raimi, who directed that, I guess people don't at me at home, but it's become synonymous with him, this camera movement where it's POV, very fast on the ground traveling, and no one else can see what it is. It's like a force, and then it goes inside someone, and that's the devil or the demon entering them. Mm-hmm. So it's very much an homage to that. But obviously it goes into Suzanne's mouth because she's always doing a lipstick.
Yeah, so she's got her little lipstick suddenly
in there. It's a little confusing how it jumps from body to body, because then I think she just goes, we've got Roger and Helen who are like, I'm out of here if you're telling me the place is possessed, and then she snogs Angela, and I guess that passes Angela, the demon.
Yes, but it doesn't pass them, it just enters them as well.
Right, yes, because it's still in Suzanne.
Yeah,
it's like mitosis.
Exactly.
Here comes the science. What was that? Was that Jennifer Love?
Yeah.
No, Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston.
It was Pan 10, wasn't it? Here comes the science.
Mitosis.
I do like that.
I did actually. Very bull.
Yes.
So what's her character name?
Suzanne, the blonde one, or Angela?
Suzanne.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yes. Yeah, well, Angela does her interpretive dance now. Thought I'd ask you what you think of this. Goes on for quite a while.
It does. And you know what? My eyes widened and I loved it.
It's unexpected because at first you think, oh, she's just flinging herself about. And then suddenly it's like, and ronde de jambe and leg to shoulder. And
legs,
you go,
back bends, pirouettes. I thought, okay, they're getting their money's worth with this one.
Yeah, and she choreographed that herself.
Did she actually?
Yes.
Oh my God. How do you know this?
It was stipulated. Oh, because I love like audio commentaries and stuff. So so for me to sit down and watch an 80s film that's maybe 90 minutes will take me half a day, because I watch the audio commentary and then the making of, and then do it. I just love everything that goes into it, and just how films were made back then, because everything's so strict and contractual and by the book now. Whereas then it was like,
Do you want to just dance for 3 minutes?
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Oh, will you mind getting your tit out? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Will you climb up on this wall without a harness? Yeah, sure. You know,
no worries. I don't mind. Anything you want me to do. She actually was wearing a gorgeous, gorgeous dress. Yeah.
Good Halloween costume.
Very good Halloween costume. And the look. Her look is sensational. But she's also very technical. I'll give it to her. She's I was impressed.
Yeah, and her the curve on her foot. Now, what do you call it?
Arch.
What's that? Arch. Thank you. It's a ballet thing, isn't it?
Yeah, the arch.
The curve on her foot.
The curve on the foot. Yeah, not that. No. She was actually very, very good. Did she dance in 2 and 3? Do we know?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I know they reuse footage in 3, so maybe a bit in that. Yeah. Then we get our first proper bit of gore. And how are you with gore? Like, does it gross? Can you watch it? Does it gross you out? Does it make you turn away? Because she kisses Stooge and basically rips his tongue off.
Oh yeah, I could watch that. There was nothing that I kind of closed my eyes and thought, oh, I can't watch that, squeamish, or no. It was right. It was quite gory. Came out of nowhere. No, I mean, obviously, to my standards, it was gory. Yeah, not to yours. No, it is though.
And also, I think this film, it's a little bit on the fun side. You know, they're not really trying to terrify anyone. It feels it's more fun for teenagers and like, oh god, I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah.
So this bit is a little bit gross.
A little bit, yeah. It takes a while for her to actually dispose of the tongue.
I love it, but the dance goes on for a good solid 8 minutes, I'd say.
Very long.
And then we do get the scene where, first of all, obviously Suzanne's got a bit funny and she gives her makeup a bit of a touch up and we see that she's put the lipstick around her face.
Now hold on. This is where I thought I'm completely lost now. I'm completely lost. I thought because obviously there's a lot of pent up sexual tension with these kids, and I got that. I was cool with that.
Yeah.
Saw what she had for dinner at the beginning. I understand where we're going. I then she unbuttoned her top, her blouse.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And I thought, okay, boobs. And then she started with the same lipstick.
Yeah.
Applying on her mouth and then went down to her nipple. She drew around her bosom.
Yes.
And then inserted the lipstick into her nipple.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the scene.
I'm trying to picture your face watching that because I when I was rewatching it, I was going, I just can't imagine what Sean will be thinking as she just pushes the lipstick into the nipple and then really gets her finger in there to make sure it's embedded deep.
It really does. And I'll tell you what, at the end of that scene, I said, okay. And then we were on to the next scene. I was like, okay, random. That's
then that happened.
Scene 4. You're gonna now, my love, just shove this into.
She knows where it is when she needs it again.
Exactly.
Because I mean, it's the sort of thing you lose a lot, isn't it? You know.
Got my keys. Got my my lipstick. I'll pop that there. Safekeepings. It honestly made no sense. I mean, a lot of the film made no sense, but I just thought, what a random. No one was watching. There was no one in the room to see it.
Well, it's not to scare or freak anyone out.
Just because she was just doing it, just because, and then moving on.
Yeah.
Like it was quite possible. I mean, it's a bit of a random film, anyways, for me. But it was quite possibly the most random moment.
Yeah. Oh,
and it is. Stare at boobs for that long for me. It was.
Was it tough?
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Is that what you struggled with?
That's
not
when I was like,
pushing a lipstick
God. I can't watch. I feel sick.
But Jay comes in then and she hops on him because all these teenagers are very incestuous, aren't they? But this is when we first see the demon face.
Yeah.
And what did you think of this? Because I love this because it's the sort of spread out sharp teeth. The skin's like it's got boils on it. I love it.
So I'm a little bit confused because the demon face we see throughout from that point on.
Yeah.
But also we saw before this the past self of them. I don't know. I couldn't really understand because they then also have like another face where she's like shriveled up And
Oh, you get a shot where she's like old.
yeah.
Yeah, so that only happens that once. She sort of goes old for a second, and then
Yeah, but also the girl that Helen, is it? Is it
Sure.
Helen
sure,
at the beginning? When they do the seance and they look into the mirror for 15 seconds,
yeah,
and then you see that scary creature thing, and then
Yes.
there's another body that slams into the from. It almost looks that's like an
right.
old shriveled face as well. I was just a
Yeah.
bit confused with these zombie faces.
Right, and the mythology of and what it does and what happens.
Yeah,
It's
because
not very
I
consistent.
got the through story from that point.
right, yeah.
I didn't understand. Were they different characters, people?
I didn't focus on it that much because but now that you're pulling at that thread, the jumper is falling apart.
You see?
And yeah, I'm not too sure. I think maybe they again, what can you do? I can do good old makeup.
Sure.
Okay, we'll have it. We'll have it.
And
Just
then
for a second.
the next day, a change of
Yeah.
the FX
Actually,
team.
I think we're gonna go another way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What did you do yesterday? It's not that. We won't do that
Just a
again.
few wrinkles. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. But there's lots of running around. But she pops his eyes out. Actually, that's quite a gorgeous moment.
Yeah. Did you say gorgeous?
Yeah, gorgeous.
Yeah. It's a bit that for me as well comes out of nowhere. Whilst she's might I add, still
On it.
him.
Yes, wrapped around.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I thought, wow, you really don't want him to look at you.
Yes, don't look at me. It's it's like a possessed version of Christina Aguilera's "Beautiful," isn't it?
You did that scary voice very well.
Can you imagine if that's how "Beautiful" started?
Don't look at me.
Every day.
Yeah, it wasn't that for me.
No. Yeah, then there's still a lot of running around. Stooge is possessed as well, and he kills Franny and Billy in the coffin room.
Oh yeah, snaps her neck and then
his arm?
Yeah, the arm over
Quite rough.
That was a lot actually. And again, they were at it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It's interesting though because they are naked when he kills them, but when they come back later on towards the end as sort of zombies, so it's very interesting that this demon has modesty.
And also, how did is it Franny? How did she find her clothes? She's got her head on the other way around.
Oh, yeah. Actually, they both would have had quite a lot of difficulty getting dressed.
One arm, head wrapped around themselves. Who's their dresser?
That is quite interesting, isn't it? Yeah, then we've got, I think, the iconic shots, though, of Angela sort of floating down corridors.
Yeah.
Really nice.
I loved that. Initially, she's going 8 miles every 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
But they're really running, sprinting away from her. She's not going to catch them. But then later on in the film, she's going for them. And there's no one in the corridor.
Yeah, she turns it up to speed 4.
Yeah.
On that little...
But they're all zombies now.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and now everyone sort of gets onto the roof. And you've got the tense bit where Judy's hanging from the roof and Angela... Does Angela fall off? Yeah, and Sal, he comes to the rescue.
Yeah, so Sal comes to the rescue and Angela, she pushes him off, right?
Yes, but she goes off as well.
Who's hanging on?
Judy.
Judy's hanging on, and by a fantastic body double as well. I don't know if you noticed the wigs. I think it was 2 body doubles or just 2 different days because it was 2 shake and goes that were like platinum blonde.
Yeah.
And a very, very, very muscular arm holding on.
Hairy.
Very hairy, muscular arm. And yeah, and then Judy,
Yeah,
she falls onto the side.
That's right.
The side roof.
Yes,
with
course.
Roger.
Meanwhile, Angela's going. I don't like it though. The voice. It sounds like when someone thinks it's really impressive to go, "Oh, I can do the alphabet in burps," and you're like, "Oh, it's okay. I don't need to see that," but they do it anyway. Every time they go,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh God!"
By the time they get to M, they're really regretting it.
Yeah, and they're bright red and they're passing out. It's like no one has ever asked to see that. Stop offering it to people. And don't do the alphabet, just count to 10 maybe. 20, the alphabet's really long.
26 is too much. Really regretting it.
But that's what Angela sounds like.
I love that voice. You're very good at that.
Thank you. Impressions, that's my thing, isn't it? But she changes them back inside the house, which is classic. And then Judy and Roger find their way to the basement where they find the cremation oven. And then this is interesting because they just sort of pull it out of the air, but they work out that if they stick it out past Halloween, then the demons will get dragged back to hell. So they decide that dawn the next day is actually the cutoff, not midnight.
Yeah.
So it's not past Halloween. So past Halloween plus 6.5 hours.
True. 6.5 as well.
Yeah, I decided 6:30 a.m. is sunrise that day.
I also like
did.
that when they were in the basement, the pipe.
She's resourceful, Judy, isn't she?
Very resourceful and also very, very strong. Some would say superhuman power to pull a pipe that's definitely lodged inside this cremation oven, pulls it flat out.
Yeah, and it's a gas pipe, so it will be very well enforced.
A good 1.5 meters that goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, that moment I also found interesting because she locks the door, and that's when she has this wonderful idea about the pipe. And so the demons are banging on the door. Remember, this house is possessed, but it can't unlock a door. So they have to resort to breaking it down when the house is all alive. And I was like, okay, well, it's quite simple to stop it. But yeah, she, as you say, rips out this massive iron pipe, makes a makeshift flamethrower, sets Stooge and Angela on fire. And the house at this point is closing all of its own doors. So it does have control of doors.
Yeah, but not that one.
No, not that one. And then all the dead folk are coming back to life and coming for them. So they head to the wall. And I'll tell you what, I really, really didn't enjoy using barbed wire as rope to climb.
Now, I didn't really get that it was barbed wire.
Oh, did you wonder why they were saying "ow" and bleeding?
Well, no. I kind of then thought, but it didn't really look like barbed wire. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it probably wasn't, though, was it? Because they're doing it, they're using it to climb up. Oh, okay. I got that. So, I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, no, I got it in the end, but
all right. At the moment, you got it after the fact.
Yeah,
right.
I was like, oh,
okay.
And again, Roger, superhuman.
Yeah. Yes. So he's like, he hops on the top and pulls them over. But when you see the other side, it's a sheer drop as well. So I don't know how he got himself on top.
And he like throws her like a teddy bear.
Yes.
Again, but listen.
One-handed.
With blood on. No slip.
Yeah.
No slip there. Just yanks
fully
her
lubricated. Manages it. And then dawn arrives and they all smoke. Sorry, I don't mean they whip out Lambert and Butler. Yeah. We lost them, didn't we?
It was a lovely effect that for me. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Yeah, very hocus pocus.
Very hocus pocus.
When she turns into the stone.
Have you done that one yet?
What do you mean?
Have you?
No, that's not sort of trashy, tacky. That's a Academy Award type of film.
Yeah. Me. Okay. True.
It's probably, and it's Disney.
No Disney here.
I don't know. They've delved.
Mm.
They've done a few things. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
that's coming out this October.
Ooh.
Is Muppets Disney? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Then Roger and Judy head home then. And then the old man who called her a whore shouts a bit more abuse at them. And what did you think of this little ending, which just comes out of nowhere?
Again, very, very random. Well, at the beginning, you saw him pick up the apple and didn't know what that other thing was.
Oh.
He picks up something at the beginning.
To make the pie?
Yeah.
Right.
But it looks like... I didn't know what it was, and I was like, okay,
short
fine.
crust pastry. I don't know.
And then no, it wasn't like food. It was maybe I suppose the chemical that I don't know. Anywho, he's having the pie that his lovely wife has made him,
who he's an arsehole to as well.
Yeah,
he's a prick to her.
And she is oblivious to.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have a little argument. Where did you get this food? Who made it? How long did it take you to make? He picks up the apples from last night.
Mm-hmm.
And then his throat absolutely disintegrates into nothing. Very, very Spy, Melissa McCarthy.
Yes. Very good film. Very long. Very good. Did you see the razor blades coming out?
Oh, is that what that was? That's what it was then. So razor blades at the beginning.
Hang on. But then he's done it to himself. No, that doesn't make sense.
No, because he was going to do it for. He obviously was going to do like bobbing for apples or something
With razor blades in.
for the kids.
I
the
see.
wife
But then
then
the
did
wife. Oh, I didn't get that. And the wife has then made a pie with the apples. He swallowed razor blades. And then that. But she knows what she's done because she is very happily watching on.
And gives him a little kiss on the neck at the end as well. On the head.
Yeah, that's why she doesn't react to the way he's treating her, because she's like, you'll see in a minute.
Yeah.
You'll see. It's all right. I'm not going to rise to
Yeah,
that.
true.
Yeah. But I love it as an ending, but it just doesn't relate to the film.
Well,
it's a nice bookend, isn't it?
It is a nice bookend, but it didn't make any sense.
No, but it's great. It's just like a happy Halloween, kids. See ya.
Random.
I loved it. I love it. And also, again, though, it's like we've got an effect we haven't put in. All right. Why don't we kill the old man?
And lots more blood. More blood. More blood. I didn't get that it was razor blades. Okay, it makes sense.
I think you should go back on that. I think that's my worst bit in it, actually, to watch, because it's really horrible. His neck splits and you see the razor blades sort of coming out from inside.
I didn't see that. I just saw blood everywhere. Okay, I will rewatch that moment.
Just for kicks.
Yeah.
But that is it. Listen, I am going to put you on the spot.
Oh God, go on.
In the not too distant future,
Yeah.
will you do Night of the Demons 2 with me for Patreon?
Yes, I will.
Oh, I honestly thought you were going to go, can I come back to you on that?
No, of course I will.
That would
I mean,
be
you have
great.
put me on the spot, so I'm not going to say no now, am I?
Well, yeah, exactly. That'd be awkward. I'm recording.
Yeah, no. I definitely actually would like to, because now you've said that there's some through characters. We see them.
Angela's back. She throws another party, but she's already a demon in this one.
Oh,
Yeah. So she's actively calling people to their doom. And there's another scene with a lipstick, and something else happens with a lipstick in this. And
no, you're kidding me.
And a lipstick goes inside someone else's body in a different way, and you'll have to, I'm not going to give any more than that.
Is it as trashy as one?
Oh yeah. And actually, they've gone a bit more with all the effects and the silly gore and stuff and the sex. They go further.
Okay, I'd happily watch that.
Well, you're on. We will get that in the diary. But have you got any last thoughts about this film?
The film, well, just listen. For me, I suppose the only thing that I could take away from the film is make sure that you don't use your favourite lipstick on a night out on Halloween, because who knows where it'll end up.
Well, quite, yeah. And don't be a bastard to your wife.
Yeah. Listen, and keep those razor blades and apples far, far away from me.
Yes. There is also a remake that was, I think it was 2005, and I have attempted in my life to watch it twice, and I cannot get through it. And it's Shannon Elizabeth plays Angela.
Wow. An actual remake of one?
Yeah. It's a remake of this first one. And it is... They miss the point so much. So the remake is all about the sexy girls, and it's Shannon Elizabeth being really like booby and doing like stripper dancing, and they miss that the fun about this one is the schlock of it and the silly effects and the bizarre, heightened, trashy dialogue. But it's when they try and actually make it a little bit scary, there's some CGI in it. It just falls flat on its face.
Real.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Like, from the get-go, I was like, okay, so this is not
stupid. Yeah,
real.
It's not. Yeah, they're not trying to make a real film.
Yeah,
and that's what all the 80s ones were.
I think that's what I would watch a movie for. Fun nonsense.
Yeah, as it is Halloween. Do you watch any over Halloween just as tradition, or do you just literally avoid them even in October?
I'd watch Hocus Pocus.
Okay. That's the extent.
That is the extent. I genuinely do not watch horror movies. I mean, Sabrina the Teenage...
Okay, I'm going to cut you off now. I think we're good. The new version, okay, that's a little bit.
The new
Thought
version,
you literally
but like...
were rocking out, getting your VHS out.
No, not
Melissa Joan Hart.
Not Melissa Joan Hart. But yeah, genuinely not.
Okay. Well, how about I send you some recommendations that I think you could handle that are fun?
Okay, not too gory though.
No.
And no paranormal nonsense.
No, nothing that would scare you. So yeah, there's lots of fun stuff out there.
Is there?
Yes, I promise. I'll send you a little list. But thank you and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Sean, for your dulcet tones and for making me laugh as you always do. I can't wait to cover the sequel with you. Next week, I'll be covering the highly requested 1982 trash-to-piece Pieces. Bastard! I'll also be announcing the next few films we're covering on Twitter this week, so give us a follow. The handle is Stevie's Brain Rot to stay up to date. You can also follow us on Letterboxd with the same handle. A request for those of you listening on Apple Podcasts: if you like what you hear, please take a few seconds to give the show a rating on the app, as it helps boost the show's visibility and it aids the mission to recruit rotters from across the land. And if you have a whole minute to spare, leave a small review. It goes even further. I'd appreciate that hugely. All our other social contacts are below. Get in touch. Come and find me. If I don't see you there, I'll see you next week. Toodles!